Okay, Human Reproduction, Life Sciences, Grade 12, Exam Questions, November 2020, Paper 1, Question 3.3 from DBE. Okay, this is the question 3.3. Male hormone contraceptive. Contraception is also known as birth control. Okay, male hormone contraceptive pills have been in development for over 50 years. The pills contain a substance called TU, which inhibits the secretion of testosterone. There is, however, no product available on the market yet, mainly due to many side effects associated with the product. An investigation was done to determine how TU affects male fertility. The procedure was as follows. 308 healthy male volunteers were selected. A sperm count for each volunteer was done initially. Each volunteer was given 500 mg of TU monthly over a period of 12 months. During the period of the investigation, the volunteers were selected to wear loose-fitting trousers and underwear made of the same light fabric. A sperm count was done weekly over a period of 24 months. The average sperm count was calculated per volunteer. Note: sperm count refers to the total number of healthy sperm per milliliter of semen and is an indication of male fertility. Okay, now question 3.3.1. Okay, identify the dependent variable in the investigation. 1 mark. The dependent variable is the variable that is affected because of the effect of the other variable. Okay, when you read this line, you can see that an investigation was done to determine how TU affects male fertility. Okay, male fertility is affected by the substance TU. Okay, TU is affecting male fertility. So male fertility depends on the substance TU. Okay, so the dependent variable is male fertility. Okay, you can see that. Male fertility. Now question 3.3.2 states how the dependent variable in question 3.3.1 was measured. Okay, this question is 1 mark. State how the dependent variable, how is the male fertility measured? Okay, the male fertility is indicated by the sperm count. You can see that when you read this. Okay, sperm count refers to the total number of healthy sperm per milliliter of semen and is an indication of male fertility. Okay, so the sperm count is an indication of male fertility. To measure the male fertility, what they did was a sperm count. Okay, so how was the sperm count done? Okay, a sperm count was done weekly over a period of 24 months. Okay, so this is how they measure the male fertility, by doing a sperm count weekly over a period of 24 months. Okay, so to answer this question, you are going to say sperm count was measured weekly over a period of 24 months. Okay, this is how you can answer this question. Now question 3.3.3, name 2 other factors that should be considered when selecting volunteers. This question is 2 marks. Okay, one factor that we should consider when selecting volunteers is the age. Okay, because not all the people of different ages will have the same sperm count. Male fertility is affected by the age. The older the male, the lower is sperm count. Okay, so if we want to improve the result of our investigation, we have to take into consideration the age. And the other factor can be the diet. Okay, because male fertility can be affected negatively or positively depending on the food consumed by a male. Okay, so you have 2 factors that you can mention, or you can say lifestyle. Okay, this is another factor, lifestyle. Talking about lifestyle, these are the questions we have to ask. Are you obese? Do you smoke? Do you drink alcohol? Are you on drugs? Do you exercise regularly? Are you always stressing? Okay, these are the lifestyle that we have to think about, and they can affect male fertility. Okay, so if we want to improve the result of our investigation, we have to consider these lifestyles when selecting volunteers. Okay, and another factor that you can consider is occupation. When we talk about occupation, we think of, are you exposed to certain toxic substances in your workplace that may have an impact on the fertility? Okay, so if we want to improve the result of our investigation, we have to consider the occupation of volunteers that we are selecting. Okay, so you have 4 factors and you are only requested to give 2 factors. Okay, you have 4 of them. Just give 2. Or you can mention other factors which are acceptable that are not mentioned here. Okay, for now you are given 4 factors, but you are requested to give only 2 factors. Now question 3.3.4, explain how TU reduces fertility. This question is 2 marks. When you read this part, you can see that the pills contain a substance called TU, which inhibits the secretion of testosterone. Okay, to inhibit means to prevent or to stop. So when it prevents the secretion of testosterone, you know that testosterone is responsible for stimulating the production of sperm. So the substance TU inhibits the secretion of testosterone, and you know that testosterone is responsible for stimulating the production of sperm. So if TU inhibits the secretion of testosterone, it means no sperm will be produced. This is how you can explain how TU reduces fertility. Now question 3.3.5, explain why wearing tight-fitting trousers will decrease male fertility. This question is 2 marks. Tight-fitting trousers increase the pressure and temperature in the testes. The increased temperature is not the best for sperm production. Okay, the increased temperature could decrease the sperm count. Okay, when the sperm count is decreased, you know that the male fertility is also decreased. Okay, so tight fitting, they create pressure and temperature in the testes. Now you are going to have an increased temperature, which is not the best for sperm production. Okay, the increased temperature could decrease the sperm count. Okay, so you know you have the testes hanging outside the body. There is a reason for that. It is in order to achieve the best temperature for sperm production. Okay, this is how you can answer this question, 3.3.5. Now let's move on to 3.3.6. Now it's question 3.3.6. Suggest one reason for doing the sperm count for an additional 12 months after stopping the TU treatment. This question is 1 mark. Okay, the investigation is done over a period of 24 months. In the first 12 months, each volunteer is given 500 milligram of TU, and then they stop the treatment and they do a sperm count for an additional 12 months. Okay, the reason can be it is in order to determine if TU is effective after 12 months. This can be one reason. Or you can say it is in order to determine if the sperm count returns to normal when the TU treatment stops after 12 months. Okay, so you have 2 reasons here. You can give 1 reason. Okay, now question 3.3.7, the contraceptive options that are currently available for men are limited to condoms and vasectomy. Vasectomy involves the cutting and tying of both the vas deferens. Okay, explain how a vasectomy prevents pregnancy. This question is 2 marks. You have to remember that The vas deferens is also known as the sperm duct. So the vas deferens or the sperm duct is responsible for transporting the sperm from the epididymis to the urethra. So when they cut the sperm duct or the vas deferens, the sperm will not be transported. You are going to have only semen without sperm ejaculated. So you can answer this question as no sperm will be transported from the epididymis to the urethra and semen without sperm will be released. Okay, so when answering this question, this is the image that you have to picture in your mind. You are not going to have it in the exam, but you must have it in your mind. Okay, this is the male reproductive system. You have the sperm duct or the vas deferens. Okay, when vasectomy is done, what they do is to cut the sperm duct or the vas deferens. When they cut it and tie it, the sperm will not be transported from the epididymis to the urethra and from the urethra outside of the body during ejaculation. So when they cut it, no sperm will be transported. You are going to have only semen without sperm being released during ejaculation. Okay, so this is one way to prevent pregnancy. Okay, for now, we are done with question 3.3 from November 2020 from DBE. Okay, until next time, I will talk to you soon.